Hey folks, welcome back. Happy Friday. I'm here to do a very quick video. I wanted to show you a package I opened today. Got a package from creepyclassics.com, one of my favorite places in the world. And here's the package. I actually had to get blasting powder to open this stupid thing. They had so much tape on here. I've never seen so much tape on one package. So anyway, so much for that. So what did I get from creepyclassics.com? I was able to complete my collection of Monster Bash magazine, complete with, let's see, 41. Oh, issue 40, Frank. Issue 41, The Wolfman. 42, The Man with the X-Ray Eyes. And 43, so I'm up to date now. This is The Mummy, right? Now, I also got this Monster Bash special. I've got two or three of these that I don't have yet. This is all about Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which is eternally one of the coolest horror movies, comedy movies ever made. It never gets old. It has a lot of great pictures and behind-the-scenes stuff like that. It also has an article by a man named, let's see, Frank Dello Stritto. How's that for a name? Frank Dello Stritto. He writes an article in here, Abbott Costello Made Me a Monster Kid, which I haven't read yet, so here it is. Now, Frank Dello Stritto is the author of a book that I just finished about a week ago, called I Saw What I Saw When I Saw It, which of course is a quote from Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein. This is a terrific book for people in my generation. This guy was born in 1950. Of course, I was born in 1951. So we both grew up with television and it being introduced to old horror movies as well as other movies on television. So his experience and mine are pretty much the same. And I really, even though he was born in New Jersey, there was a lot more television and earlier television on the East Coast than there was in the Midwest. But yeah, we have a lot of the same experiences, a lot of the same loves and hates, I guess. He is a consummate fan and very knowledgeable about Bela Lugosi. Right, Bela Lugosi. He has an entire. There's 5 books included in this. 400 pages. It's a very, very thick book, but there's 5 different sections, and the last one is all about Bela Lugosi. He spent years investigating Bela Lugosi, trying to find out as much as he could about his life and career. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is because this inspired me not only to rewatch Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, to start watching some of Lugosi's old movies, such as what I picked up in this package here, which I haven't seen since the 1960s. Bowery at Midnight from 1942. This is, of course, with every Bela Lugosi film that was made, it was packaged as being a horror movie, but this is really just kind of a gangster film. And this is one of the very famous, what they call the Monogram 9 for Bela Lugosi. He was doing a lot of work in the 1940s at the low-budget Poverty Row studios like Monogram, PRC, make 9 films at Monogram. And I have some of them, and a few of them I had to order, like this one. I've got a few more coming in from oldies.com. And anyway, so that's just kind of what I'm in. Frank Dello Stritto is a well-known name in the Monster Boomer fan world, and he writes a lot for these Monster Bash magazines. So looking forward to getting into what he writes about Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. So this is one of the videos I got. Another one I got is Vampira the movie, which is all about, of course, the actress Mila Nurmi, who created and played Vampira first as a horror film host at a Los Angeles TV station, and that only hostess, I should say. That only lasted about a year and a half or something like that. And then she played the character again in Plan 9 from Outer Space and will always be associated with that character. But this was put out in 2007, a few years before she passed away. She is so interesting, very cosmic lady, has a lot of great memories, sharp as a tack, great sense of humor, and she talks about a lot of the people she knew back then, such as Marlon Brando and James Dean, And this features people like Forrest J. Ackerman, the publisher of Famous Monsters of Filmland. It also has Sid Haig, right? Sven Gulli is in it. Also has a nice little part where Elvira, Cassandra Peterson, talks about how um, Vampira actually sued her for imitating her image. Vampira in this movie doesn't say anything about Cassandra Peterson, but she's said it all before. So it's kind of an interesting little event that happened. The other video I got from these folks is speaking of the Monster Bash 2005. This is the first one that I went to. I went to the one in 2005 and then 2006, and I thought it might be cool to see how much of the stuff I remember. Maybe I'm even in this. Who knows? But yeah, so I would love to go back to the Monster Bash someday. Even though at this point in my life, for a lot of reasons, and also because of the COVID lockdown, it's just changed my perceptions of traveling and um, I'm sort of living in the isolation. I really don't want to put myself out there in the way that I used to be so enthusiastic about going to conventions for in Las Vegas for Star Trek, going up to Chicago. I mean, the last thing in the world I want to do right now is go up to Chicago for anything. But enough about that. So the book I finished reading right after I've read Frank Dello Stritto's book was this Poverty Row Horrors by Tom Weaver, which I've had around for years. I've been using this as a reference book, just going look at different actors or actresses and researching certain films. But I decided after getting interested in these low budget films, especially with Lugosi, I thought I would go ahead and read this cover to cover. There were a lot of things I hadn't read, and of course, this is from McFarlane Classics, which puts out so many terrific books about just like this. But this has in-depth information about each one of these low-budget films from three studios, Monogram, PRC, and Republic. So a lot of great information. This guy also has a very good, sarcastic, snarky sense of humor, which I also have. So it doesn't. I'm able to laugh at some of the things that even in my own head I find kind of sacred at times when it comes to films and some of the actors and all that. I can be very snarky sometimes, but just enjoying the whole thing. But let's see what else I got. I also got in the mail a couple of days ago the new issue of Classic Images, which is really one of the most informative and fan-centered periodicals that has ever been made, and I really enjoy this. Plus, it has a lot of great stuff you can buy and spend lots and lots of money on, even after you spend all your money at Creepy Classics. What can I say? So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. Comments are welcome. Hope you have a great weekend, folks. Take care.